It's funny because I'm in the bath right now, but anyways, and it's like 1 a.m. But it's funny because like you just have so much to listen to. I'm like, to be honest, like what is the point of this recording right now? Like, is there a point? I'm like, what is the point of listening to the most like oldest one? Like TBH. Like I'm like, you should just not listen to any for the rest of your time. Anyways, which like no, don't feel bad because it is a-okay. I'm a-okay, like I understand and things. It's just like a little funny. I'm like, I should just start emailing you like just emailing you like normal, like just words instead with like updates, so then it'll be faster because I won't be inclined to write as much as I talk. So anyways, it's just kind of funny, like anyways, but I'm gonna actually make this one short. But so the past week, well, I had the graduation parties on, I guess I talked about that Saturday and Sunday, and then the plan was I was gonna leave with Emily again back to her place on Monday, but then she was throwing up that morning, which I guess it was because she didn't eat breakfast and was dehydrated and was in the car, and so she gets like car sick, and it was like worse because she hadn't eaten anything all day. So we ended up actually leaving on Tuesday, and then we got there and I stayed from Tuesday till I left on Saturday, and then today I worked at like the church, like with the kids, and a kid threw up, so that was like funny. So yeah, and it was my last day working there because I'm like going off to college. So good little fun ending to that. My stay with Emily was fun. Ethan was there too, and because I had trouble sleeping the last times I was there, but we installed like a blackout curtain in the room I would be sleeping in, which I thought I would just end up sleeping on the air mattress and things like that, but I guess it wouldn't have fit in there, so I just slept on the carpet because it was the same one with like the really uncomfortable couch. So I just slept on the carpet instead. And I piled up like a bunch of blankets and then slept on the blankets on the carpet, so it was like a little more comfortable. And I didn't really have trouble sleeping. Actually, the first night I did, like I didn't fall asleep till like 4 or something. I don't know why, I just couldn't fall asleep. But then all the other nights I didn't really have trouble falling asleep and staying asleep. I don't really remember all that we did, but we watched a movie, me, Emily, and Ethan all together. Ethan made us dinner a couple times, like we had ramen one time, it was really good. And Ethan took us to the arcade, me and Emily, and paid for us to like play all these games, and it was pretty fun. And I beat Emily at like all the games except one, so kind of full X. Yeah, and I'm trying to think. Me and Emily, I don't know, we stayed up late the last day. It was like funny. But yeah, and then I left because her mom, the reason I was staying so long was because her mom was gonna come by on Friday and leave on Saturday. To like help, because she was gonna help Emily like take some things, final things to the house, and then like help set up some things, so I would just be able to leave with Emily's mom, so it was like convenient and things like that, which I still haven't, like school starts in like less than 2 weeks and I still haven't gotten like basically any dorm decorations, so that's really funny. And me and my mom were supposed to do stuff today, but then like she was gonna take a nap and then we are gonna like go shopping. But then she ended up going shopping with Heather for some reason, and then she said she would like text me if she found anything while she was out, but she didn't do that. And then I didn't even know she got home until it was like kind of late, and then like she was not like, hey, let's like do anything. So we just didn't. So it was like funny. Like I worked on Levi edits today is what I did. It's funny because I haven't worked on the fan fiction in like a really long time. So that's fun. Anyways. Oh, also it's funny because like I was leaving and like, or I was telling Andrew I was gonna be leaving and things like that, and it was like a little sad because I was gonna be gone for so long, like a whole week, and I'd just been gone too, and then I was gonna be starting school like really soon after, you know, and so like I start school I think in 9 days, so that's just like not fun. I think I move in 9 days. But so me and Andrew, he was like, okay, like we're gonna do this and this and this before you go. Like it was like really sweet. Like he was like, we're gonna like finish Vincenzo because we've been watching that together, and he's like, we're gonna start another anime and finish it together, and I'm gonna take you to get another piercing and I'm gonna pay for it. And because we were both talking about how like we wanted piercings, but I was like, that's too expensive. And so he was like offering that, and it was like really sweet and things like that. And I was like, okay, because like we'd be like hanging these days, you know. And then yesterday when I got home, nobody really like I didn't really like greet him, and he didn't greet me, and I wasn't sure if he knew I was here, but I was a little tired anyway. And like I thought about like texting him being like, you want to hang, but then I ended up I just didn't. But then today I went down to his room and I like knocked on his door and I was like, hey, and he was like, what's up? And I was like, can I come in? And he was like, oh, like my coworker got COVID, so like staying in my room. And I was like dead. I was like, well, that's like funny because we were gonna like hang out and do all these things together, and now I'm like basically not gonna be able to see you or hang out till I leave for college. So that was funny. And then I'm not gonna see Emily either for like the rest of my life basically, because I thought it would be easy to take a train to her because there's a train that goes from like my school to like her town, but apparently it's like really freaking expensive, like even more than like gas. So, and like that's already expensive, and she has to pay for her own gas now, so, and she doesn't have a job, so it's just hard. But anyways, although she is planning on coming to help me move, so like move into my dorm. But yeah. And then it's also funny, which this one actually just isn't funny, but I feel like I'd be saying it's funny because, and then it's not funny, and this is one of those things that's just objectively not funny. But after church today, it's funny because I was like about to take a nap, like turn my lights off, laying in bed, and Emily called me, and she definitely called me like sobbing. Me like telling you this is kind of funny, like it's like Emily's business, but I don't think she would care that I was telling you all of this. But she called me like sobbing because like there was just like drama between her and Ethan. Drama sounds like bad, it sounds like catty, like, but it like wasn't that. Like, I don't know, like I guess I don't really feel like completely like telling you everything that was happening, but basically like they had made plans the night before, like really really thorough plans to wake up, Emily would make breakfast and clean up the breakfast for the two of them, and then they would go shopping for clothes for Ethan, and then I think like she had like stated like we're gonna go to 4 stores and like stated the stores and things like that, and then they were gonna go home and clean and unpack, I think, and so that was the plan. And then I guess this morning, like, Emily had made breakfast and things like that, and then Ethan was saying that they need to clean the house now, and she was like, well, like we said we would go shopping and like then clean, and then he was like, no, like we need to do this now. And then basically like because Emily has like anxiety and things like that, and like ADHD, and so like changing plans is really hard for her, and so she was like saying things like that, and like it would be hard for her and like things like that. And she was saying that the house wasn't even that, like it wasn't like so dirty, like it was just like weird that he was being so weird about it. And then like he was like, let's just clean, and then she was like crying while cleaning because she was just really stressed out at that point. And then he just kind of like was ignoring her and like just being like really mean to her for like no reason, and like I don't know, just saying all these like really out of pocket things. And so she was just telling me all about that, and then we stayed on the phone for like a while, and then we made a list of things that they should talk about, like, you know, like I was helping her, I was like, yeah. and then she went to go talk to him like after I hung up, I guess, and she hasn't like said anything to me after, so I feel like it did not go well. Like I was just, because I didn't know how long they'd be talking for, so I didn't like say anything, but then like a few hours later she sent me a reel on Instagram, so I texted her after that and I was like, hey, like if you wanna, like how did it go, like you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, and I was like, or you can like send like thumbs up or thumbs down, or you can just like feel free to just majorly ignore me if you're just not wanting to chat at all. And she definitely has not responded, so I fear it did not go well. So yeah, so that has been my day. And then I accidentally left like mac and cheese out for like many hours because I wasn't hungry at the time, but it was really hot when I got it, and so I was like not wanting to put it in the refrigerator really hot. But then I just forgot about it because I was letting it cool down, and I'm like, is it still good anymore, or will it give me food poisoning? I don't know, but I just put it in the refrigerator, and I'm just gonna eat it later because we just never be having food at my house. But yeah, oh, also the first night I was staying at Emily's house, I couldn't sleep, and so I guess I don't think I told you about this, but I've been thinking about, like, I thought, like, well, it's gone in stages, but, like, at one point I was like, haha, like, what if I made a Levi fan account? Because I follow, like, 6 Levi fan accounts on Instagram. I was like, haha, what if I made one and posted my cute edits of Levi? And then, like, I feel like I thought about it more, and I feel like there's a chance I told you this, so that'd be funny. And I kind of thought about it more sometimes, and then one of my like favorite Levi accounts that I follow posted on her story, and it's because she'll do that sometimes. She's like, ask me questions or like whatever. And then she had said that she had COVID, and so I thought about being like, hey, like I just got over COVID and I'm like visiting my best friend now, like but like yeah, like I know it sucks, like, but how are you? But then I was like, that's like not a question really, like besides how are you, so I just didn't say that. But then later I was like, oh, I should say like, do you have any advice for starting a Levi account, because I make cute Levi edits. So then I did, which I was also like, I hope you feel better, like also. And then she replied on her story, and like I screenshotted it, and she was just like oh, like you shouldn't let anyone stop you from making a Levi account if you want to, like I support you, and like I want to see all your edits and things like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that's so sweet. And then because I was also like, in my head I was like also like, on if I like just blow up and I'm just the most famous Levi account ever, I can post like hey guys, like I'm writing a fanfic, like check it out if you want, you know. So now it's like, then I'll just like do all these things. And it's funny because like I'd be like, why am I like, this should be like my job, like I want to dedicate like all of college, like this being my job, like making Levi edits and like running the account and like making the fan fiction. Like I'm like, why is that a job, like why is that a career? And I'm like, the fact that I would not get paid for any of that is just so funny, like even if I had like thousands of readers and thousands of followers. But yeah, so that's just pretty funny. Oh, but also I was like talking with my mom, and I was like, I could sell prints of like my edits, which I don't know, maybe I couldn't, like maybe that'd be like copyrighted, but I feel like I could sell my prints like on Etsy or something, so maybe I would make money out of it. But also I have like 4 followers, because spoiler alert, like I did make the account, and one of the followers is like my like Rose account, you know, which I'll talk more about that later. It's funny because this is like kind of turning out long a little bit, but I feel like I'm not rambling, like I'm actually talking about stuff. And maybe I am rambling, I don't know. But man, I like don't remember what I was saying. But yeah, so I made the Levi account that the first night when I couldn't sleep, and it's super aesthetic, which also it took me like a long time to make for no reason. But I haven't posted anything, but I realized like between me being like, okay, I'm gonna like make this Levi account and actually making it, I realized that some of the edits I've made, like I've taken from the same Levi account who I said was my favorite and who like I DM'd and things like that. Like the pictures I've taken from her account, like I just screenshotted them and then edited them. Because like at the time, like I started doing it just for fun, you know, so I was never like, I'm like stealing a person's work, because like it was just for myself and things like that. Which because I think like she edits her pictures based on like a few things, which maybe she doesn't edit all of them, and like no, it's not like edits like mine, but just to make the picture clearer and things like that. And she'll also like underneath all of her posts be like, don't repost and things like that. And so I decided I should DM her and be like, hey, like, well, basically like what I ended up saying is I was like, hey, like, are you feeling better from COVID? Like, I also like had it a few weeks ago, so like I know it's not fun. Anyways, like I don't know if you remember, but like about a week ago, like I asked on your story like if you had any advice for starting a Levi account, and you replied and you were really nice, and it like made me like encouraged me to like actually start a Levi account. And then I was like, I started making my edits just for fun, but and things like that with no intention to post them. And so once I made the Levi account, like I basically realized that like some of the pictures I've used that I've already like edited, I used your pictures on your account as like a base picture. So I was wondering if like you would be okay with me posting those edits with credit, or if instead you would rather me just not post them at all. Like let me know, or something like that. And like if you don't want me to post the pictures, like I'll make sure to not take any from your account in the future. And then I was like, it's a little embarrassing, like me saying, like me like acting all professional and like things like that, but like because I have like no followers, but I just really respect you and your account, so I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. Anyway, sorry for the long message, but just let me know if you don't mind like what you would be most comfortable with. So I sent that. I was like, really nice, like whatever. And basically like I'm like paraphrasing because I'm not reading it, but but yeah, so I sent all that, and that was on Friday, which it's funny because she has just not replied since, and it's definitely like I guess Monday because it's like midnight now. Which she's like posted on her story and like on actual posts, which like I get to an extent because like she posts every single day, and it's not like she can just stop, and like if she doesn't feel like responding to me that day, like it's fine, and I get you still have to post, like it's fine. But I'm just kind of like at this point, like will she ever reply? Like I don't know. Oh, also what's like pretty funny is I think yesterday, so like Saturday, because I messaged her on Friday, so like a full day later, she posted on her story something about like, because I guess there was this account that posted her stuff without like credits, and she was basically just like, bro, like you have to leave credits, like this is so annoying, and like blah blah blah. And she posted that on her story with like the account that had posted her stuff without credits, which like she's like, at least leave credits, like come on, but like I don't even allow reposts and things like that. And it was like funny because like I was like, this is a little like ironic, like I realized it's not directed towards me, but it like was a little ironic. Which also I realized it's like different because one, I was offering to post with credit, or if she just like hated that idea to just not post the edits that I spent like hours working on that look completely different, you know. So like it was different, but it was just like kind of funny. And I was like, at least she hasn't like seen my message. But then I remembered like she's definitely not following me, so like because I messaged her on like my Bella account, but she's definitely not following me, so like she could have seen it and just not accepted the request and like just hates me, and my message just fueled her anger in posting the other thing on her story, and that was like indirectly like also to me. I don't know if this makes sense. Maybe like you'd have to be there and I'd have to like show you, and you just have to be there for this journey that I'm explaining in like minutes that has happened over the course of a few days. But anyways, also the other funny thing is, so I got 2 followers pretty immediately on the account. Like I don't know if they're bots or anything like that, but because like I follow 10 accounts on my Levi account, all 7 members of BTS, the official BTS account, and like 2 official Attack on Titan accounts. And so 2 of the followers like I think also follow BTS, and like I don't know, sometimes like people just be following people who follow BTS, like I don't really know. But anyways, and then the other one was my Rose account, because I was talking to Emily before I made the account, and I was like, okay, like I'll have at least 4 followers, like me, you, and like our 2 spam accounts. But then I realized like if we were following the account would probably be suggested to people we know, and then like the only 4 followers would be like me and Emily twice, and so like it would obviously be one of us, and so that's like kind of embarrassing. And so we were like, dang it, like we cannot follow the account, which like I feel like I would follow it like if I had like more of a following, because like then how would you know it's me? But yeah, and also like I feel like not that I like really actually think I'm gonna get like thousands of followers, but if I ever did, I feel like I would definitely be like, hey guys, this is my main account if you want to follow it. Like I would be like, this is who I am, hello. So yeah. But yeah, but I followed on my Rose account because like I like the Bella account doesn't follow that. But then Emily like at one point was scrolling on Instagram and it was like suggested accounts and my Levi account was on there, and I was like, that is so embarrassing. And I was like, how? Like it's not like you have any mutual followers. And on the Levi account I put like, don't like try to show me to my contacts. And so she's looking and she's like, I guess it's because of like the like Rose account, because I was following you, like Montana, on that account, and you were also following me. So I went to that account and I removed you as a follower and I unfollowed you on the Rose account, which is like funny. Which I was like obviously gonna refollow you once like you got back, because by then I'd hopefully have more followers, and either way I probably wouldn't still be suggested to people. And so yeah, but then like the account was like still being suggested to Emily later, and I was like, that's funny. And then later on like my own Bella account, I saw the Levi account being suggested, and I was like, this is just so embarrassing. And it's funny because like there's nothing that's like actually connecting me anymore, like because the Rose account is like no longer. Oh, I also like had to unfollow myself because like the Rose account was also following me, Bella. So like I unfollowed and things like that, and so it's like funny because there's like nothing connecting me to that account anymore, but at the same time, why am I like, everyone who like sees this suggested, like they will just know it's me, because like it's like cute pink Hello Kitty like Levi, like, and also like the only people I'm following is like BTS. So I'm like, I just feel like it's the most obvious thing ever, because like on my Bella account, like I be posting like Hello Kitty things occasionally, and like I have a lot of like pink photo shoot themes, and like I'm following like 6 Levi accounts on my like, and like also I'm following like hashtag Attack on Titan on my Instagram. So I'm like, if people like people could find like figure it out. Like I'm like, or there was this boy, and like never mind, I don't need to say that. There's just this one boy who's also an Attack on Titan fan who I follow on Instagram, who like was in my art class, and I asked him where he got like an Attack on Titan sweater one time, and then I'm like, if he saw that account suggested, like he would know it's me. But anyways, so that's just like really funny. Oh, and then also it's funny because this like recording like is getting long, like that's like really funny, but like I'm like actually talking about things that matter. I guess that don't matter, but like not, anyways. But also I started with like 3 followers, and I didn't get any followers, but I didn't get any until like the next day or something like that. And it was this girl, and I was like, oh man, like, do I know you? But then I went to her following, and I didn't, like, I typed like Bella Aceituno, and it wasn't there, and I was like, okay, like she's not following me, like I don't know who this person is. But then I like later went back to her profile and was like looking through her pictures, and I was like, I kind of feel like I recognize this person, but I'm not sure. I'm just gonna check her following one more time and see if I see anyone I know. And sure enough, like I saw people I knew. Like I was like, oh, and I realized that girl was definitely like, when I was in 7th grade, she was in like 8th grade, and we were like in a theater class together. And like the way I'm like, she knows it's like me, but I'm like, there's no way she would know, because like I'm not following, like I have no connections, people who are following me or I'm following them on that account, and she doesn't even follow me, so she wouldn't know that I like Levi or oh man, or Hello Kitty or BTS or anything like that. So like there's no way she knows it's me. But it's also funny because like, why is she following that account? Because I was also looking, she doesn't follow like any like hashtag like Levi or like any Levi or Attack on Titan or like anything. like I'm the only one, so I'm like, maybe she like just liked it and didn't ever think about following things like that, but then it was suggested because like of things, and she was like, oh, like I like this character, and then followed it, or like maybe she was just wanting another follower. Like I'm like, why did she follow that account? It's funny, like the feminine urge to like DM her on the Levi account and be like, hey, like are you a fan of Levi? Anyways, so that's just like really embarrassing. But I've been waiting to post on there because I was waiting for permission from that one account, and then I would follow like a bunch of like Levi accounts and then post it, you know, but I feel like it's awkward to follow a bunch of Levi accounts. Like I feel like it's awkward to follow her and then post, even if I did one that I didn't take from her account, and like follow her on that account when she's like not replying to me. And then I also feel like it's weird to like follow other Levi accounts and post when she's not, like accept her when she's not replying. So I've just like been waiting for her to reply. So I don't really know what to be doing about that, but it's like funny. Just making new Levi edits that I'm finding from Pinterest instead. But yeah, I think that's all. Oh, but like I'm like a little bit embarrassed about like how it's just probably been suggested to like multitudes of people, and I'm like at the because also the other thing is, once I follow those same, like once I follow Levi accounts, like such as my favorite one that is not replying to me on like the like actual Levi account, once I follow them, if people were to click on like following and like click on the other Levi accounts, they would see, like if they're like mutuals with me, they would see like followed by Bella Aceituno, like, and so then I feel like it'd be really obvious. So I'm like, do I have to just unfollow these accounts on my actual account and like unfollow hashtag Attack on Titan, because it's just a little embarrassing, frankly. But then I feel like it'd be fine for like most people except for the actual like Levi account I DM'd, because then it'd be awkward if I like unfollowed her on my like main account. So I don't know. But then the other thing I was thinking, like to Emily, like while like this was all going on and my account was being like suggested to everyone, I was like, I should just post on my actual account and be like, hey guys, I'm a Levi account, lol, so like follow if you want. And then like everyone would know, and I'm like, that's less embarrassing than people just figuring it out. Like I'm like, then everyone knows, and then if it's suggested, like, who cares? They already know it's me, and if they see that, like, I'm following BTS, and if they see that, like, Bella is following the other Levi accounts, like, who cares? Because it's out in the open, like, and I'm also like, I'm never gonna see these people again. Like, I graduated. Like, who cares if I make cute Hello Kitty pink Levi edits? Like, who cares? Anyways, I just feel like I am, like, a little too embarrassed to do that, to be honest. But I don't know, you just let me know your opinion on all the matters whenever it's like Christmas and you are listening to this. So, you know, it's like funny, like where will I be by the time you listen to this? Like probably in college. But like what, like who will I be by the time you are listening to this? Who knows? Who knows? I'm like, I should just delete the Levi account because the other Levi account isn't responding to me and probably like hates my guts and is gonna DM all her other Levi account friends and be like, guys, don't follow this account. She's a stealer of my posts. But yeah. Because she'll be doing like the questions like on her story, and she definitely did that today and was like replying to people's things, and I was like, I'm dead. And it's funny because she'll be like, sometimes she'll be like, how are you guys? And then people will be like, bad, and she'll be like, I'm sorry, like DMs are open. And it's funny because like they're open, but you do not be replying to mine. So yeah. Anyways, that's all. That is all. Okay, I'm just gonna end this. So code word, Jimin's butt cheeks, and Namjoon sweating, and Hail, Namjoon smiling while sweating.